This is New York City, a sports fan's paradise among a concrete jungle.
Oh my goodness!
It also has one of the most unique fan dynamics in the world. No other metro area boasts 9 professional teams spread across 4 major sports leagues competing in 7 arenas and stadiums. And they all have one thing in common. They're competing for attention. Fandom here goes beyond just geography or team success. It's woven through timing, history, and traditions passed down through generations. These overlapping influences explain why certain patterns of loyalty seem to emerge. Why are Jets fans often Mets fans? Do the Islanders really consider themselves as a New York City team? And does anyone even support the Nets? In New York City, choosing a team isn't as simple as it seems. It's not Chicago, where the Cubs and White Sox split the city by the north and south sides, and it's not LA, where one franchise almost always outshines the other. Here, fandom is carved by overlapping histories, borough rivalries, old versus new, and a healthy dose of disdain for the other side. This is a city where every team has a backstory, and so do their fans. But what is it that makes a New York sports fan? Let's start with the foundations. To understand how New York's fan base became so intricate, you have to go back, way back, to when it all started in the early days of American sports. By the late 19th century, New York had already established itself as a national hub for commerce and culture. And naturally, professional sports followed suit. Baseball led the way. The New York Giants and Brooklyn Dodgers were among the National League's headlining franchises, and the Yankees, though a later addition, quickly rose to dominance in the American League. These teams didn't just represent the city, they embodied it, tying themselves to specific neighborhoods and boroughs. Brooklyn lived and breathed the Dodgers, while the Yankees and Giants vied for the attention of fans across Manhattan, the Bronx, and much of Queens. Initially, the Yankees and Giants shared the Polo Grounds, but as the Yankees' popularity surged, thanks to Babe Ruth and the team's growing success, they made a bold move across the Harlem River and established their new home in the iconic Yankee Stadium situated in the Bronx. There, the Yankees firmly established themselves as a Bronx team and the dominant force of New York baseball. This is all thanks to an unparalleled string of World Series victories immediately after moving to the new ballpark. Meanwhile, Brooklyn remained fiercely loyal to the Dodgers, while the Giants were becoming overshadowed by the Yankees' success. With the Pinstripes amassing plenty of titles, they claimed the lion's share of New York baseball fans that lived outside of Brooklyn. This entire dynamic would change dramatically when 2 of these 3 teams left New York. But more on that later. Baseball may have dominated New York's sports scene at the time, but it wasn't the only game in town. In the NHL and NBA, the Knicks and the Rangers made Madison Square Garden their shared home, cementing basketball and hockey as fixtures in the heart of Manhattan. Meanwhile, football grew in popularity with the NFL's Giants, who started out at the Polo Grounds before moving to Yankee Stadium. Sharing a home with both ball clubs allowed the football franchise to grow its fan base, especially among fans who already supported the baseball team with the same name. Having a single home for multiple teams was convenient, but it would have been even more convenient had these fans had access to SeatGeek, the sponsor of today's video. From the 1950s to the early 1970s, New York's sports landscape underwent a seismic transformation. Teams left, new ones arrived, and the region's fandom both expanded and fragmented. This era marked the beginning of distinct patterns, where fans grappled with choosing between old loyalties and new arrivals, or simply, they embraced the abundance of options available.